Pisces, this is Crystal with Hattis Daughter. I am your tarot reader. Pisces, you all have been so generous with your comments and so welcoming to this community. I uploaded my very first set of videos last month and you all have just been so encouraging. I want to be able to give back. I want to offer one of you a complimentary 30-minute tarot reading. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, make any comment you want below. I will write your name down, do it old school, put it in the bucket, and choose someone out of that bucket. I'll announce who it is at the end of March. You know what? Let's move on with your reading. All right, Pisces. So the center of your reading, I have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, with that being the center, that's going to give me the overall energy. So I feel like that we're going to be focusing on partnerships, relationships, collaborations. I feel like that's going to be something that we're going to be touching on. But let's see. Let's go into your moon energy, shall we? I immediately get to the Page of Cups and I feel your energy, Pisces, here, right? That's all about being creative and wanting a desire to be creative. And I feel like you haven't been getting that. And this is why. I have the the Four of Cups here, along with the 10 of Wands. I feel like that you feel stifled in your creativity, like you try to bring it into your world, but I feel like that you have so much to do and so much going on. You just don't have an opportunity to tap into that creative part of you. In addition to that, I feel like that what you're currently doing, whatever that is, what you're currently doing, I feel like you have to do it. It's almost like you've either been directed to do this or you didn't have a choice but to go in this direction for whatever reason, maybe for financial reasons, maybe because you signed a contract, or you just really just didn't have a choice. That's just kind of where life kind of led you. And I feel like that it just didn't turn out how you wanted it to be. And it's causing you to feel a little bit overwhelmed and almost like, not unappreciative, but like there has to be something better out there for me. There has to be a different way of doing this. There has to be a different way to where I can be creative, to where I can paint, to where I can act, to where I can sew, to where I can do makeup, to where I can design. Like I feel all these different things that you want to do. Okay. Now let's go to your sun energy, and this is your ego. This is where you show up in everyday life. This is where we see you, Pisces. And we have the King of Pentacles with the Magician energy and the 10 of Swords. So right away in your ego energy, Pisces, I see like you can't get to yourself. You can't get to your actual desires, because this King of Pentacles is not only about financial wealth and prosperity. It's about feeling good in your robe, right? Holding on to those tangible things in your life for you, Pisces. I feel like that you don't feel this, right? You may have it all. When people look at you, they may say, wow, that Pisces seems to be living their life. But inside, you're like, I don't feel connected to my authentic self. And this is telling us that that's coming to an end. Your authenticity is like, it's wanting to break out. And this Magician card is going to do it for you. I also feel like that whatever partnership, relationship, and you already know if it needs to die. You already know if it's not serving you. You already know if it's not contributing anything to your life, that it needs to be done. And once that partnership, relationship, that connection is severed, and I'm not telling you something that you already don't know. You already know this in your head, like, yes, I know it, Crystal. I know I'm not getting anything from this, nothing, right? And once you do, it's like all of a sudden, and it's not even all of a sudden, I feel like you already have these tools. I feel like you already have the money. I feel like you already have the ideas. I feel like you already have, the passion for it and the love. And I feel like you already have people who are going to support you, right? In this next move to get here, Pisces. And let's go to your immediate present. I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So obviously we're having a bit of anxiety, a bit of angst, and that's flanking your Two of Cups. And I can see why, because this partnership or relationship, you've been thinking about this, right? And I feel like the reason why it's causing you so much anxiety and so much angst is because you don't want to let down that person, those people, that organization, right? Because you're still doing a good job, even though it's not serving you, even though you don't feel like this is your authentic self, even you showing up, what you consider not fully you are still appreciated, and you are still seen as, job well done. So this is what's causing you anxiety, because you are ready for this. And with that being in your immediate present, it's just bound to happen, right? This opportunity is coming, Pisces. And I feel like this opportunity, right? And that's all about your finances. That's all about your job, career, your tangible things. Those are going to be on an upswing, and this opportunity is going to present itself. But I feel like that you're going to create this opportunity. That's what I feel. I feel like that once we let this go, and like I said, you already know what it is. Once you let that go, it's almost like you're going to have a breath of fresh air. Because I feel like that this is how it feels. It feels like you have all these things you have to carry around. And even if you don't have that many responsibilities, and some of you do, it feels like that. It's weighing so heavily on your doggone back because you can't be true to yourself. All right, let's expand in your moon energy. So I have some fire energy that's showing up. Yeah, we are obviously leaving something, Pisces. So I have the Emperor card that I expanded on that Page of Cups. And we have the Five of Cups. So there's going to be some disappointment in that Emperor. To me, the Emperor represents like big companies. So I don't know if you're working for a big organization or a corporation. Or perhaps you have someone that's like a father type figure, someone who's a little bit older, or someone who has that Emperor type energy. I just feel like that when you're around them, you just don't feel good. Perhaps when you go to work, you just don't feel good. Perhaps when you're with this person, it's not a good feeling for you. And Pisces, your energy showed right up with this Ten of Wands. We have the Moon card, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So you want to let that go. That Five of Pentacles typically is, a feeling of abandonment. But I don't feel like that you feel abandoned. I feel like that you feel that once you leave, you're going to be abandoning them, right? And this is telling me with this Moon energy, like that's crazy talk, Pisces. That is crazy. They're going to do just fine. I'm not saying you didn't contribute, because you did and you do. But they will survive without you. Will you survive if you stay? Your sanity. And when you do it, you have the Ten of Pentacles, right? There's a blessing that is coming. And I feel like that blessing is you when you finally decide to be your authentic self. When you find him, when you find her, and you're like, man, I like me. Man, I'm pretty awesome. That's when you know you can be authentically you. Let's see how this translates in your Sun energy. Because I can see your Moon energy working. right? You really are into your feelings about your next move, and you don't want to let anyone down. Pisces, I don't want you to let you down. Don't let you down. You deserve to be you. You deserve to be happy, right? You deserve to have peace. You deserve to have joy. Okay. Yeah. So I expanded on that King of Pentacles, right? And we have the Temperance card and the, what is that? The Nine of Wands. So what I like about this Nine of Wands is one of my favorite energies, because even though he looks beat up and beat down and kind of like woe is me, it's a complete opposite. It's all those ideas that you have, Pisces, and it's all those things that you've been through that has gotten you to this point. And although you have a bandage around your head and you are leaning up against that ninth wand, you are still standing. And I guarantee if another wand comes your way, you will take that one too. This is not one of defeat. This is one of triumph. Maybe you had to do a little bit of work, or maybe you have to do a little bit of work to get here. But with this alchemist energy that is on your side, you're going to do it. Right? And the Temperance is all about not only balancing your everyday life and balancing things at work, because I feel like in order for you to transition from this, what I have to do, to what I want to do, it's going to be a little balancing act, right? Kind of your toe halfway in the water and halfway out. Halfway in the water, halfway out, right? And this reminds me of a Pisces kind of energy, because you know how to fluidly live and maneuver in spirit and in earth, right? You know how to do both. Out of all the signs, you're the most fluid at it, which is why you have the ability to show your emotions, right? Perhaps there'll be someone to disagree with me, for you cross watchers, but typically Pisces can show their emotions. So I expanded on that 10 of Swords, and I got the 7 of Cups along with the 5 of Wands. So remember how we said we need to ding dong dead that. We need to ding dong dead it, because all this tomfoolery, it's craziness. It's like you already know. It's like, I'm going through all of this for what? It's not even bringing anything to the table. It's not bringing me peace. It's not bringing me joy. You're not bringing any extra finances. We don't go on trips. You know what I mean? I don't get flowers, roses, sex. Like, I'm sorry. So I got someone's energy and I went off, but we need to ding dong dead it. They take up your time, right? You have these needless arguments over what? You know? It's like whatever space that you go into, you can't even have peace. Right? I expanded on that Magician card, and once we ding dong dead this, you are going to start having some stability. And I feel like this new commitment, right? This commitment is going to be to yourself. You're going to be like, no, not again. Once I ding dong dead this, I'm going to focus on Pisces, what I want, getting to my true authentic self. And I'm going to slowly but surely make it happen. I've done too much and come too far to be here, You don't have to do it, Pisces. You don't. Let's see what's in your immediate present. I want to expand on this Ace of, yeah. Ooh. All right, lovely. So I expanded on that Ace of Pentacles. And you know what's so interesting, Pisces? So I expanded on the Ace of Pentacles, and I have the 7 of Swords along with the Hierophant. Now, the 7 of Swords typically represents like, lies and deceit and things like that. I actually don't see that here because I see it with the Hierophant. I'm sorry. I always have my head stuck on Hierophant. On the Hermit. Thank you, Spirit. I see some, we're packing up. We're either packing up our stuff and leaving, or someone's packing up their stuff and leaving. But I feel like it's mostly like, why do I see you like packing boxes? And that's that Hermit energy too. It's all that Hermit energy along with this Five of Swords. That's about getting up and getting out. Like, I have talked to me because I give me the best advice, and I've decided this no longer serves me. Bye-bye. Because I need to go start this new thing for myself. I have this opportunity coming up, and I can't do it with this ding-dong dead weight. Can't do it. I can't do it. And I expanded on that, what is this? Nine of Swords, right? We're having sleepless nights. We're having anxiety. We're worrying. We're stressed. How is tomorrow going to look? Tomorrow's going to look just fine. Tomorrow's going to look just fine, right? Pisces, you're actually, and this is Pisces energy, you're actually being directed. I'm sorry, that's Aquarius energy. You're actually being directed to your next move. Once you do this, it's almost like the golden gates are gonna open. It's almost like I see a lighthouse, and like the light that shines to those ships to show them how to get home, right? It's gonna start directing you to get here, to get to your sun, to get to your joy, to get to your prosperity, to get to your authentic self. What? Ooh. So I expanded on that Two of Cups. That was your center of your read. And I had the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So with this relationship, these partnerships, it's been a long time coming. And I feel like, especially with that Queen of Wands, you've just had enough. You've just had enough of, defending who you are, what you can do, and why you can do it, right? You've had enough. And that's what that Queen of Wands is. She is the devil wears Prada kind of energy, right? You're getting your pride back. You're getting, when you start liking you and appreciating you, and you're like, I'm pretty okay, Pisces, right? That's how you step into a room. That's that Queen of Wands energy. So I don't have to defend who I am. I don't have to defend it. I don't have to explain to you why I'm acting this way, or why I'm being this way, or try to defend that I'm not being a bitch. I'm actually just in charge, right? Like, I feel like you're coming back to that. And it has a lot to do with letting this go. Letting this go. This is almost like an anchor to your ship of life. You've been sailing in a circle and triangles and squares, and you've even tried it that many different directions, because you're like, okay, if I do a square today, maybe this will be different. If I do a circle today, maybe it won't seem so wacky doodle. You just need to let go. You need to bring up that anchor and say bye-bye. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. Let's make that choice, Pisces. Let's make that choice. I got the chills on that. That's truth. Alrighty, my love. Listen, I absolutely adore you. Why don't you do this for me? Subscribe, because I want you to be in the drawing. I would love to give you a reading. And what else? I'll see you next month. I absolutely adore you. Bye-bye.